Dahlin is going to be something, isn't he?
He really is, and he's the full meal deal as advertised. And we saw it in that period where he was basically racing up the ice, doing the one-man band thing. There he is. He's like 1-on-4, and he still manages to make something happen off of that.
Every once in a while, you see a player at the World Junior who takes your breath away. And you'll always remember when you saw him for the first time. Rasmus Dahlin has that look about him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews of defensemen. What we saw in those couple of drafts before, this is a generational talent on the blue line. Rasmus Dahlin's size at 6'2", he's 183 pounds already. His poise with the puck, his agility to work himself out of tight spaces is unbelievable.
And you're slack-jawed now.
Looks like there's no effort. It's so effortless. Watch this move he makes at the end of the period. A head and stick fake freezes Ryan Poehling, and it opens up a lane for him to get through. Whoop! Poehling goes out wide. He moves his stick wide, and Dahlin now has this opening.
Brandstrom, long lead pass for Dahlin. Unlocks Dahlin, shoots with high and wide.
What a play. That's, by the way, a D to a D.
For 100 feet.
Right through the seam. Watch how Dahlin scoops this pass up. He first starts it with a little chip. Now he's going to use his mobility. He sees a seam. Watch him scoop this. That's a tough catch. And he ends up shooting it over top of the net.
And Pedersen leaves out the corner of the center pass for Dahlin walking in, and Rasmus Dahlin hit the side of the goal. And this defense pair of Rasmus Dahlin and Erik Brandstrom love to be up at the play.
Saw that sign. I think a lot of teams are hoping they end up at the top of that lottery.
And Dahlin takes the pass from Brandstrom. Oh, what a move by Dahlin. And another. Rasmus Dahlin walks in, slides up towards the goal and put it wide.
Okay, that's what I came to see. Now don't forget, when you're a defenseman, there's nobody behind you. So you must have a little courage to even think you can pull this off, as he dodges between Sokolov and Padoyan, and then whoop, slides it between Kanashov's legs. But now he's going to make another move to get himself into a scoring position. Rasmus Dahlin is 6'2". He's about 185 pounds already. Skates like that. Agility, IQ for the game. Just a brilliant prospect. He's the defense version of Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews. And somebody is going to be drooling when they end up at the top of the draft with him sitting on the board.
And this is a battle this evening at potentially the top 2 picks of the draft. You've got Andrei Svechnikov for the Russians and Dahlin for the Swedes. And in your mind, no contest, it's Dahlin.
Oh, I don't see how it could be anything, but teams are dying for a #1 defenseman. Where do you find them? We constantly hear, oh, you got to get a #1 defenseman. Well, nobody's trading you one. And so if there's a chance or a choice between a winger and a defenseman, really, the choice is there is no choice.
Pokes it in for Dahlin. In comes Rasmus. Dahlin gets loose. Shoots. Hart makes the point-blank save. Up for Janssen. And once again, Rasmus Dahlin jumps in. On Clegg. Dahlin winds in. Shoots. Just missed. Sticks to his matchup pretty tightly. We'll see Dahlin out there as much as possible against the steel line. In comes Dahlin across the line. Rasmus Dahlin. Watched there by Timmins. He stays with him. At the side of the goal is Oscar Steiner. Trying. Hart shut that down short side.
Rasmus Dahlin, the defenseman for Sweden. I mean, the tendency to use the superlatives too much, you know, it just doesn't apply with him because he's so superb in every regard. I mean, hard to believe he's 17 years old and what he does in the game. He commands it defensively, offensively, transition, and everywhere in between.
Talk about smooth skating defense pairs in this tournament. It's a real good pair for Sweden.
Yeah, Rasmus Dahlin, who we've talked about, but he is smooth. I mean, that's a great word to describe him. And, you know, not just physically, but mentally. He's never rushed. He's always in full control, understands what he wants to do defensively. I mean, you just can't break him down. He understands what you're trying to do, and he closes you off. He competes defensively, understands what tactic has to be used at any time.
Everybody wants to make a comparison. Rasmus Dahlin is this, or he's that. They try to pigeonhole him into one player or another. Look how smart he is. Watch this play he makes. He chips it off the boards to himself and a simple breakout pass. This reminds me of Nick Lidstrom. Little flip over Joey Anderson's stick, head up, pass to the wall.
We saw him against the Swiss.
The kid's 17 years old, and I know he's playing against guys his own age, but to have the presence of mind to make that play, to pull it off, that's the simplicity of Lidstrom. There's the boldness of Carlson, his 6'2" frame. I can't find anything I don't like yet.
Hard to remember a 17-year-old defenseman being an impact player in this tournament.
such an effortless skater. He can play big minutes because the minutes aren't hard for him. He doesn't, like Lidstrom could play 26 or 7 minutes because it seemed like he never raised his heartbeat. And that's the similarity to Lidstrom.
Is Favreau going to stick on it? Now Dahlin centers it. Chance in front. Hart makes the save. He takes it away.
Pettersson's going to lose the puck, and Rasmus Dahlin finds Zetterlund through.
So Rasmus Dahlin, full control of the game, understands what's happening, understands where the pressure is. Watch this. It looks like he's in trouble below the goal line. So now the Czechs think he's going to go below the goal line. Nope. I'm bringing it right out this side. Out come the Swedes. 2 Czechs are trapped inside the zone. Unbelievable understanding and poise.
Smooth skating Dahlin. For Pettersson, for Dahlin, and back for Pettersson. And back for Dahlin. Pettersson, the one-timer. Skarek comes across, gets the left pad down. Good retrieval by Pettersson for Dahlin. Wrist shot blocked in front of the net. Rebound, and Gustafsson, the Pittsburgh draft pick, will leave it for Dahlin. Dahlin, who will probably be the second Swedish player to go #1 overall. The other, Mats Sundin. Dahlin throws this cross ice and then gets it back for Pettersson. Unloads, glove save, Skarek. Back for Dahlin. 1 minute left in the power play. Dahlin takes the pass from Pettersson, lets the shot go, blockered away. Nylander tees it up, pad save, rebound to Anderson, but comes back for Nylander for Dahlin.
The guy is still clearly on the ice, not within the recommended distance.
Dahlin, Pettersson, back for Dahlin. Dahlin, the wrist shot, Skarek makes the save. Dahlin walks it in, drills it, and that hit a leg in front.
Here are the teams right now that have the best chance in the lottery to get the first overall pick. Arizona, Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit, Montreal, Vancouver, Edmonton. Some teams don't want to be there, but a bunch of Canadian clubs in there, and whoever gets that #1 pick is going to pick Rasmus Dahlin, and they're going to get a keeper. What has impressed you most about his game?
You're right. This is for the Ottawa, Montreal fans, in particular in the East, in Vancouver and Edmonton. So, I mean, 6'2.5". People talk about him being the Erik Karlsson. Well, Erik Karlsson's not 6'2.5". Look at the dangles on this guy and his ability to create offense, use his size. He's been the human highlight reel now for a couple of years in the Swedish Hockey League playing against men, and he's just been so dynamic here. So that's for the fans in the Canadian cities in particular that will probably have a ticket in the lottery.
Probably the last time we see Dahlin in this tournament, knowing that he's going to be first overall.
I've got to imagine this guy's going to be in the NHL next year,
right,
and potentially a star in the NHL next year.
Drops it back for Dahlin. His long shot punched at by Sukichov. Janssen plays it back for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin works in, gets a step and shoots to Pettersson, to Dahlin. Long wrist shot tipped in front, that goes wide. Played across the branch, here he comes again, drops it back. Dahlin, a hard shot. Throws that through the middle from McLeod, battles and chips it ahead. In comes Gagner, it's a long shot, goes off a leg. And Dahlin clears the rebound. Here's Cale Clegg at the Brandon Wheat King. Moves it ahead to McLeod, brings by past the Clegg with the shot, goes off the foot of Dahlin in line. And here's Dahlin with it. Up for Nylander. Alex Nylander drops it back for Rasmus Dahlin. Steps around Eggenberger. And now Dahlin goes rink wide.
Be in the NHL next year, and just such a superb talent. Calm, cool, collected, highly skilled. He's a franchise-defining #1 defenseman. That's what he is. Big minutes. Can do it all in the game.
Chipped by Brandstrom and back down the ice. Dahlin goes back, a race for it. Eggenberger got there, it looked like. Play called offside, and then Dahlin pushed Eggenberger to the end boards.
States and Russia.
Anderson down to Middlestat. Middlestat sets it to Elias Anderson. And the Swedes pretty married to this matchup for Josh Norris. Works in, trying to step around Dahlin. And Dahlin knocked away that centering pass. Oh, cross-ice pass, Fellows couldn't connect. Picked up by Dahlin.
What a great read by Dahlin.
Rasmus Dahlin pokes out ahead.
Oh, look at the strength on his feet there, the balance to hang on to the puck.
Dahlin for Nylander brings it in. Alex Nylander was A power play goal for the Swedes so far in the tournament. Plays it back for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin to Nylander. And back for Dahlin. Works in. Across to Nylander. Slides it down to the goal line. Takes the return pass. And now back to Dahlin. Shoots. Oh, what a glove save there by Sukichov.
Nylander and Anderson moving the puck back and forth. And then this puck goes straight across. And that's a terrific stop on Rasmus Dahlin.
Crisscrossing with Liljegren. Pettersson goes across for Dahlin again. Dahlin slides it back. Liljegren in. Shoots. He hammered that high. Now played back in front. Dahlin shoots. Sukichov save. Throws it back for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin shoots. Sukichov a glove save.
Rasmus Dahlin had played 94 minutes and 30 seconds. The only player in the tournament to play more than him was Yeremenko, the defenseman for Belarus. Young Dahlin, big-time minutes for Sweden.
Dubé pokes it back in the corner. Dahlin steps into him.
Makes its way out to center, and here comes Dahlin. Dahlin right back in. Quick shot from that left side off Matejevich and wide.
Rasmus Dahlin, we talked about him, he's smooth. He moves up through the neutral zone.
Dahlin works it away from Zakar. Dahlin pulls it to the inside.
He's so good. I mean, his ability, watch how he moves laterally. Stop, start, move right into a scoring position. The hands are working in unison with the feet. He's just unbelievable. There is no better player available for the 2018 NHL draft. He is going #1.